a bike club, but not your average bike club. So Buzzbike invited me up to London to test ride one of their bikes. And I haven't been to London in ages, so I couldn't say no, and I'm always up for a bike ride around this great city. And as a bonus, I'll also be test riding a Swapfiets bike to compare how they're different. So what is Buzzbike? Well, it's a bike club of sorts. The way it works is you pay a monthly fee of £29, and for that you get a bike, a lock, theft insurance, and maintenance covered. So you don't have to worry about anything really. If you don't know anything about bikes, you can get started without the big upfront cost of buying a bike. And even better, they have rides and workshops. So you go on rides to build your confidence riding around the city of London, which can be very intimidating if you're new to cycling. I'm gonna take their bike for a ride, tell you all about it, see how it is, if it's any good. So let's go ride around London. Tower of London. Anyway, so back to the bike. I'm a fan of how it looks. I do like the matte grey color, the hot pink. It's really nice. It's flash, but not too flash. So let's start with the tires. So they're Schwalbe Delta Cruisers. They're at 35 mils, so we get some cushioning there, but not the most supple of the Delta Cruisers, but they are definitely slightly more supple than the Marathon. So tires are pretty good, pretty puncture resistant. And next up, we've got the gearing. So there's 3 gears, and it's an internal hub, which is nice because it keeps your gears clean and easier maintenance and all of that. I'm not sure if this is what I think it is, but it looks like it would protect your gearing, which is nice. So if you park your bike, you don't have to worry about it. Pedals, they've been pretty good. They're not, hugely sticky on the feet, but a nice flat pedal, good and sturdy. As I mentioned, it comes with a lock. You'll notice this bike doesn't come with lights with it, but they do sell lights when you sign up, so you can get a discount off your lights when you sign up. Then we have brakes, rim brakes. They work well. It's pretty upright, which is a nice position in traffic in London, so I am enjoying the positioning of this bike. Very happy to see the bike has fenders. That's, to me, a top requirement when your bike is for transport. My phone case there mounted, it's a magnetic phone case. And it comes with a bell, which in London is good to have, to be polite. You've got your 3 gears and your shifters. There's 3 of them, which is pretty adequate for most of London, because most of London's flat unless you live somewhere like Crystal Palace or Hampstead Heath up that way. The only hills I've really had to deal with today are getting up bridges like London Bridge and Blackfriars and things like that. It's kind of the only incline I've had to deal with, but it's been adequate. So I've had a great time riding this bike. It's not a top of the line bike, but it sure is better than the Boris bikes and all the other dockless bikes I've ever ridden. So if you want to get into cycling, you don't want to commit to, outlaying for a bike of your own. This is a fantastic way to do it, and it is a fun bike to ride. Today is all about the Swapfiets bike. So I've lost my sun, but it's still warm, and I have my rain jacket and my shoe covers, so all is good. This bike is very different style than the Buzzbike. It's a very upright position. It's a Dutch style bike. It's got coaster brakes, which is why I'm not riding it around central London. That's not something I'm used to. I am starting to get used to it as I ride around this part of southeast London and in this park, but yeah, I wouldn't be confident in traffic in London. It's hard not to notice this bike when I saw one yesterday and this morning because of the blue tire. So the tire on the front is a Schwalbe, same as the Buzzbike actually. Strangely on the back, it's a Continental. Fairly comfortable ride actually. Then you've got a light on the front, run off the hub, which big thumbs up to Swapfiets for that because it's a transport machine. You need lights at night, so it's just nice to never have to worry about batteries and charging. It's actually relight, so I use relights on my bike. Different style though. And you got a rack, again, transport bike. I'm not a fan of backpacks, you know that, so the rack is great to see. Coaster brakes, which means you've got one brake lever which is on the front and it is a disc style brake, and then you've got the coaster brakes for stopping as well, and scrubbing speed. Coaster brakes, what it means is when you back pedal, it brakes, and that means you can't pedal backwards. Why is that an issue? It's not really an issue per se, but if you're used to being able to pedal backwards, when you're stopped, you usually bring your pedal up to get ready in the right position to push down to get yourself a good start. And I'm very right foot dominated when I start, so it's just that getting used to it. I'm so slow off the start with this bike. Again, why I wouldn't ride around central London. Dutch people use them, they all survive. It doesn't make me want to go fast though. Yeah, so the braking, I would say the rim brakes on the Buzzbike give you more braking power. So a rear light also comes with the bike, and it's got built-in reflectors, so it makes you legal that way. Fenders, again, transport bike, glad to see that. Chain guard, and also this bike has internal hubs, the same as the Buzzbike. Now, it has 7 speeds, but I'm not sure the gear ratio is that different between the 3-speed of the Buzzbike. I have 7 gears on this, but I'm not noticing that I have better range of gears. So it just kind of potentially overcomplicates things. So onto the saddle. This one, as you can see, is one of those, quite like the Boris bike, overly cushy in my opinion, saddle. It is an upright positioned bike, which means you can get away with that a bit more. But yeah, again, I want to see more of a groove here and more support for the sit bones. Bike comes with a lock, just like the Buzzbike. So you've got this chain lock here, which to be fair isn't very heavy, so it doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence. And it also has the wheel lock as well, so they're all combined into one lock, so you can lock your bike and the wheel. It's a great Dutch style bike, so it's good for wearing dresses and skirts. That's the bonus of this style. These handlebars, I find them unruly, really wide, so someone who's used to filtering in traffic, I would find this a bit unruly. But I think if you're in the chilled out riding a Dutch style bike mode, maybe you're not filtering in traffic. So the Buzzbike style of bike with a flat hybrid style handlebars, to me, is the in-between a road bike and this Dutch upright style, which really suits me because you kind of have the best of both worlds. You've got a good, decent upright position for seeing in traffic, but you've got what feels like a sportier ride, and you know, I would maneuver in traffic better on the other bike. I just wish I had more time to ride these bikes, but it is time for me to go home. I hope you found it helpful, and if you have any questions, as always, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, until the next video.